Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope everyone's doing okay. This vlog's going to be a spend the evening with me, and I'm going to be starting off by showing you just me sort of marinating this chicken that I brought for my roast dinner. It was only £3 something from Tesco, and I think it was like £3.29 or something like that. It wasn't expensive at all. For the marinade, I just used some garlic and herbs, pepper and salt. That's all it really needed, to be honest. I don't get these people that like saturate chickens and stuff. It's not needed really. And once you get to the end of the video, you'll actually see, you know, it's nice and crisp, and it was just lovely. Even my daughter ate the skin of it, which I'm very sort of surprised, but yeah, very proud of her. And then now we're just moving on to me putting all that stuff that I got from Rogers away, because everyone's like, oh my god, where did you put it all? And luckily I did film this the day after, when we got back from Rogers. As in the morning I went to my nan's because none of them had seen baby yet, so yeah, that's why I haven't seen him on here yet. At the end of the day, you know, family comes first, and I know everyone's eager to see him, but there will be a video soon where I do show him. Sorry about that, I've just sort of gone into a bag. I'm kind of tidying up as well as sort of editing this vlog at the moment, which is very bizarre, but I suppose it gets me being a bit chatty out of the way with. You get to see a nice vlog from it, so. And yeah, I'm basically doing the exact same as what's happening in this video whilst I'm talking to you. And yeah, so I would also like to say as well, the reason you don't really see many clean with me's, and 9 times out of 10 my housework has already been done. Because I've got ADHD, I like to sort of flick about from place to place, as you'll actually see on this video. It's never sort of one standard place that I'm in. And I just think when you're trying to edit a video, it's kind of hard to like go, oh, well, I'm going to do the washing now. Oh, I'm going to do this now. Oh, well, I'm just going to put that away. Oh, I'm just going to take the bin out. It's kind of hard to sort of stop and pause that momentum. That was me just showing you the rice pudding that I made from that snack verse box. It was really nice actually, and my mum enjoyed it. She just didn't like the fact that I put all that sugar in. But you know, we only live once, guys. Sorry, I sidetracked a bit there, didn't I? As I was saying though, like, because of the ADHD, I just physically can't stay in one room, and it takes me quite a lot of time and patience to be able to stay in the one room. And I know people are probably watching this going, oh, how pathetic, or, you know, why can't you do this and why can't you do that? The struggles that people face, and I'll be honest with you, I couldn't give a crap if you think my home's messy, or if you think anything's out of place, or even if you think it's too clean, or my children should be spending more time with it because my house is always clean. I'm not going to lie to you, my house is about 50-50, so a lot of the time it's either fully messy or it's fully clean, and it's always clean, if that makes sense. So a mess does not define dirt, if that makes sense. Like, I've seen quite a lot of videos where people are being like, oh my god, like, they need to have the kids taken off them, or they need to do this, or they need to do that because they've got toys all over the floor. That's not really living in filth when people live in places where there's mould and grime and dirt and everything everywhere. Literally, if you just wipe it on a side, do you know what I mean? But again, don't forget that people also have mental health conditions, and that's the point where that's the reason why they're in that mess. And sometimes it's about just having a bit of help and a bit of support to actually get back on your feet. Whereas, yeah, I know that there's not a lot of people that understand things like that, especially if you haven't gone through it, or if you don't know people that have gone through it. But I just wanted to talk to you about that, really. Can I also mention as well that I have had a few emails just lately about, especially about that Rogers wholesale thing, basically giving me a bit of jip for it. Now, I have had some hateful comments. They have been removed. I've told people time and time again about like negativity and that on my channel, and I do this as a hobby for myself because it gets lonely as a mum sometimes, and you know, I do this to interact with you, show you a bit of my family life, show you a bit of what I get up to in my day. And just lately, like the Rogers thing, oh, you shouldn't be buying out-of-date food. First up, it's not out-of-date food. It's best before, and quite a lot of the stuff I did buy was actually in date from a few days to a few months. Like, quite a lot of it was in date. And when I went online and figured out where everything I could buy for the cheapest, it was going to cost me over £300 for what I got for 65. So yeah, and I get like if some people go to these places, you know, you can end up spending more than what you probably went there for. However, everything that we've got, we've actually used already. The only thing that we haven't really used just yet is all them popcorns, but that's an acquired taste, and it might be a little while before we get through all of them bags of popcorn, as they are the big bags, don't forget. But I just wanted to sort of go, you know, each to their own at the end of the day. If you don't fancy going places like that or whatever, no need for the hate, no need to leave nasty comments. At the end of the day, my channel is a very positive, friendly, honest page, so I don't mind you being honest. I mind hateful, you know, like, yeah. Another lady said that she didn't get, like, why I'd go to these places, you know. I get loads of discounts and offers and bargains from regular shops, and I don't get why you'd buy them out of date. But like I've said prior, a lot of the stuff that I actually brought wasn't out of date. The popcorn was, and like obviously the pop was, but the pop, with it being already pressurised in a can, it's absolutely fine to consume. With me working at a pub, you know, I know that I can still drink something that's past its best before, as again, it's best before. And I was telling another lady who's a YouTuber on here, which is Donetta Louise. If you don't know her channel, I will link it down below, as she does some really amazing stuff. So she's got a couple of channels actually, so I'll link what I think I know in the comments, in the description box even, sorry. But yeah, she said that to me about something, and I said, well, my mum always turned around to me and said when I was a little girl, how does a food product or a drinks product know that that's when it's going out of date? It doesn't at the end of the day. It's potluck at the end of the day. You could have a fresh bottle of milk brought from the shop today, and it could taste sour, it could taste curdled, and it could be absolutely rank, bottled with a spider or all sorts of things like that. Or because you've brought it because it went out of date last week, that doesn't mean to say that, you know, it's completely off and you shouldn't. And I get that some people are fussy. I mean, believe me, I'm very, very fussy between meats and milks and all sorts of things like that. So I completely get where you come from. But biscuits, chocolate, sweets, you know, drinks, things like that are absolutely fine to consume way past the best before date, to be perfectly honest with you. You know, I've had plenty in my lifetime, and I'm sure I'll have plenty more to come at the end of the day, because why buy something for $24.99 if you can get it for £5? Do you know what I mean? And half this stuff was around that price, full price online, which you can't get them in shops like that, so you'd have to buy them offline, which means you're spending £25 when you can just get them for £5 at, you know, a different place. And it also makes really good content for you guys, so I'm happy for doing it. And don't forget, guys, you can always just leave me a comment and say, not really interested in this sort of content, is there this could you do, or could you do that? Like, I am happy to take on whatever, you know, you want me to do. I am on maternity, so I can do some things within reason, but just let me know. I am nearly finished this video, guys, so I just want to sort of let you know. There's baby. Here is my beautiful chicken. As you can see, it's very, very juicy. Honestly, this is probably one of the best chicken dinners we've had in quite a while. The reason Ben was behind me was he was doing baby's bottle, and Skylar, I don't know what she was doing, asking for it to rain. God knows with that child. But yeah, this is honestly really, really nice. And yeah, Skylar came here and she tried a bit of the chicken skin, and she absolutely loved it, to the point where she even had it on her dinner. Just goes to show, though, a little does go a long way. Here's me just finishing the rest now, plating it off. It's very long-winded, isn't it, this chicken? There's me having a bit of a munch in the background. What am I doing? Just do your dinner, Abby. And then here I am making some gravy. It's just the cheapest of the cheap gravy. I don't have the expensive stuff, and I didn't use the pigs and blankets one, I'm afraid. So I'm sorry to disappoint. It was alright though, this gravy was. It's not bad. It's what we normally have, to be honest with you. We never really have the expensive stuff, as we find it all tastes the same, to be honest with you. And yeah, in a second it will come. That's my bag of mash, because who's got time to cook mash at this point in time, you know. So yes, I did cheat a little with the mash. I could have done fresh mash, but Ben and Skylar don't really like fresh mash, so I'd have just been doing it for myself. And I would actually have done it in the microwave anyway, so then it's pointless. But yeah, here's me just sort of plating it up, and I'm still munching. Stop munching the food, Abby. Put it on a plate. No wonder you ended up having to wait a little longer. Here is the dinner though, guys. And just before I go, I have left in some sheep ears at the end. Hope you've enjoyed. Bye.